Welcome back to the deep dive. So here we are, 2025. It feels like we're more connected than ever, doesn't it?
It really
The
does.
phone's buzzing all the time,
Yeah.
apps, social media. Everyone's just, a tap away.
Right.
But it raises this kind of weird question, I think. Are we actually connecting? Or are we just, like, pinging each other with emojis and likes?
That's the big question, isn't it? Because we all feel this need, this deep need for human connection. You feel it in your bones, really.
Hmm?
And yet it's ironic. We've got all these tools meant to bring us closer, but sometimes, maybe often, people feel more alone.
Isolated, yeah.
Yeah.
Super connected world.
Exactly. A disconnect despite the hyperconnection.
So that's really what we want to dig into today. Our mission for this deep dive is, well, let's unpack why connection matters so much.
Okay.
And look at the specific challenges, the things the digital age throws at us. Some are obvious, some maybe less so. And then, crucially, figure out some practical ways, actual things you can do to build stronger, real relationships. We've got a bunch of research articles, some stories too.
Yeah, and the goal is to get beyond just scratching the surface. It's not just what the challenges are, but why they happen, how they feel.
And how we can maybe push back a bit.
Exactly. How we can actively maybe re-engineer things a little, hopefully give you some insights that actually stick.
Okay, so first things first. Let's be clear what we mean by connection, because it's not just chatting, is it? Or scrolling through a feed.
No, not at all. It's really about those moments where you feel genuinely seen, heard, understood. There's a kind of a mutual vulnerability there, a back and forth.
That's a really important distinction.
It is. And, this need for connection, it's not new. It's not a 2025 thing. We are fundamentally social animals.
Right.
I mean, you look back at archaeology, the Stone Age even, our ancestors built communities. They had to survive, to thrive.
It's baked in.
It really is. And neuroscientists now, they talk about social synchrony. Our brains are literally wired for it.
Social synchrony, what's that exactly?
It's that subconscious thing where we mirror each other's expressions, maybe gestures, even our heartbeats can sync up sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah. And that builds trust, it builds empathy on a really deep level. It's biological.
So it's not just like a nice feeling. It's
Yeah.
essential.
Definitely not just nice to have. One thing that really stood out from the research is how belonging, that feeling you get from real connection, is just huge for mental health.
Huge how?
Well, the science is pretty solid. There are these long-term studies, like the big Harvard one on adult development.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. Followed people for decades.
Exactly. And it clearly links strong social ties to, well, less stress, better brain function as we age, even better heart health.
That's incredible, the physical impact.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's almost like connection is more powerful than a daily vitamin sometimes.
Huh. Maybe it is.
Well, when you share a proper laugh with someone, or you really listen, it's not just a fleeting good mood. You're actually doing something good for your long-term health.
Like recalibrating emotionally and biologically.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
And it goes beyond just us as individuals, too. Think about tough times.
Mm-hmm.
When things get overwhelming, who do you turn to? It's that network, right? The people who just get it.
Your support system, that collective resilience, yeah. It's incredibly powerful.
There's always a but.
Always a but.
Yeah.
And the but here is our digital world. It adds, well, layers of complexity to this very old human need.
Okay, let's dig into that. The challenges in 2025. Screen time has to be top of the list, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's the most obvious one.
It's everywhere. I saw figures suggesting what the average person spends maybe 4 or 5 hours a day just on their phone.
Something like that, yeah. It's staggering.
And that's time not spent having real face-to-face conversations.
Right. And it's not just the amount of time, it's the quality. Sending lol in a text. It just doesn't have the same feel, does it?
No. You miss the tone, the little facial expressions, just looking someone in the eye, all that stuff that builds real rapport.
And studies on nonverbal communication back this up. Missing those cues, it actually weakens the feeling of connection, even if the words are friendly.
Okay, so screen time quality. What else? Social media?
Yeah, social media, look, it can be great for keeping up with people, finding communities, but...
And it's often the highlight reel, isn't it? Everyone's amazing vacation, perfect family, great new job.
Exactly, and that leads straight into this comparison culture.
Ugh, yeah. You're just scrolling, maybe trying to relax, and suddenly you're comparing your messy kitchen to someone's perfectly staged photo.
And even if you know it's curated, subconsciously, it can chip away at you, make you feel inadequate or like you're missing out.
Which is the opposite of connection. It makes you feel more separate.
Totally. And then there are the echo chambers.
Right, the algorithms.
Yeah. They're designed to keep you engaged, right? So they feed you more of what you already like, what you already agree with.
Which feels good, maybe, in the moment.
Sure. But it builds these invisible walls, these bubbles, makes it harder to bump into different ideas or have, a genuinely open conversation with someone who sees things differently.
That rings so true. I remember reading something in our research. Someone said, I feel lonely even though I have 500 followers.
Oof. Yeah, that just nails it, doesn't it?
It really does. This weird modern problem. Lots of contacts, maybe, but starving for real connection.
Wired for Wi-Fi, but starving for real talk. I like that. Okay, so we've got screen time issues, comparison culture, echo chambers. Those are kind of the immediate things we see.
But what's underneath all that? What are the deeper reasons this disconnect seems to be growing?
Good question. I think one huge factor is just time, or the lack of it.
Time scarcity. Yeah. Life in 2025 feels fast, doesn't it?
Relentless. Work, school, maybe a side hustle, family stuff, and then the constant pinging notifications.
Finding actual uninterrupted time for a deep conversation. It feels like a luxury.
It really does. When did you last have a long chat where nobody glanced at their phone, where you weren't rushing off somewhere?
Good question. Makes you think.
Another big thing is just digital overload. Our brains aren't really built for this constant stream of information, are they?
No. Tweets, messages, news alerts, videos. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose, someone once said.
Exactly. And that constant cognitive load, it just leaves you feeling frazzled, drained.
Less present when you are actually with people.
Yeah. Your social battery just gets depleted by all the digital noise.
Okay, and maybe this one's a bit tougher to admit, but are social skills getting rusty?
Ooh, social skill atrophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's something to that. It might sound harsh, but...
But if most of your communication is text or quick digital hits,
then navigating face-to-face stuff, eye contact, reading body language, just keeping a conversation flowing naturally, it can actually feel kind of awkward.
or even anxiety-provoking for some people.
Undeniably. Okay, so we've painted a bit of a challenging picture here, these currents pulling us apart.
Right. So let's shift gears. How do we fight back? How do we actively build those stronger connections we're talking about? What are the practical anchors?
Okay, the proactive part. I like it. First off, and maybe most importantly, intentionality.
Meaning?
Meaning you have to choose connection actively. It doesn't just happen passively anymore, not always.
So like making a conscious effort to put your phone away at dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or deciding to actually call a friend instead of just firing off a text.
Scheduling that coffee date and sticking to it even when you feel busy.
Yes. Prioritizing the quality of the interaction over just, the digital quantity. Making time.
That mindset shift feels crucial.
It's foundational, I think. I've tried doing no phone zone sometimes when friends are over.
Does it work?
The difference in the conversation, it's noticeable. It just goes deeper somehow.
Interesting. Okay, what else?
Active listening. And I mean really active listening.
Not just waiting for your turn to talk?
Precisely. It's about actually absorbing what the other person is saying, asking follow-up questions that show you're curious.
Reflecting back what you hear them saying or feeling.
Yes. Showing them you're genuinely trying to understand their world.
Yeah.
That builds incredible trust and makes people feel valued.
I remember someone telling me once, I like talking to you because you actually listen.
Yeah.
And it was such a simple, powerful thing.
That's the gold standard, right?
Literally. Okay, another idea. Maybe diversify your social life?
Diversify your social portfolio. I like that. Explain.
Well, don't just stick to the same small circle all the time. Maybe join a club, volunteer for something you care about, take a class.
Strike up a conversation with someone new at the coffee shop.
Yeah. It's like adding new colors to your social painting. It just opens up possibilities for different kinds of connections you might not expect.
That's a great way to think about it. And look, digital tools aren't all bad, right? Used smartly, they can help.
True. Like video calls.
Exactly. Okay, it's not the same as being in the room, but for friends or family who live far away, it's pretty amazing.
Way better than just a phone call sometimes, seeing their face.
Definitely. My grandmother and I have a weekly video chat. She's miles away, but it really does help bridge that distance, keeps the connection strong and, visual.
That's a lovely example, using the tech for connection, not against it.
Okay, let's talk about some real-world examples. Are people successfully doing this stuff? Are there initiatives out there?
Oh, absolutely. Community stuff is really taking off. You see these digital detox meetups happening in cities.
What are those like?
Basically, groups get together, maybe for board games or a potluck dinner, and the rule is simple. No screens allowed, just talking.
Wow, that sounds kind of radical now.
Doesn't it? But also refreshing. I read about a group in London, Unplugged Socials. They literally collect phones at the door.
Seriously?
Yeah, and one person who went said they actually made a real new friend there, someone they clicked with, away from all the digital noise. Found a missing piece, they called it. That's really cool. What about in workplaces? Are companies catching on?
Some are, the more forward-thinking ones. They're realizing that cheesy icebreakers aren't enough.
Thank goodness.
Right. So they're doing things like team cooking classes or group volunteer days, maybe mentorship programs that cross departments, things that actually build real trust and camaraderie.
That makes sense. Building connection as part of the work culture.
Exactly. And then there are these really neat intergenerational projects.
Like what?
Well, in parts of Japan, for instance, they have programs where younger people help seniors figure out smartphones and social media.
Okay.
And in return, the seniors share their life experience, maybe local history, wisdom. It's a proper two-way street.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, there was this quote from a teenager involved. He said something like, "I taught my mentor a new app, but he taught me patience and calm. That was way more valuable."
Wow. That really shows how connection can bridge gaps, doesn't it? Age, tech skills, life experience.
Totally. Okay, so let's zoom out again. We've talked challenges, solutions, examples. But why? Why does all this matter so much? Why should you, listening now, really invest in this?
Yeah, the big why.
Ultimately, I think connection is what gives life its richness, its meaning. It's not about how many followers you have or if your calendar is packed.
It's about feeling understood.
Exactly. Feeling seen for who you really are. As one person put it in our research, I care about connection because it makes me feel genuinely alive.
That's powerful. And it's not just about feeling good yourself, is it? It ripples outwards.
Absolutely. Stronger connections make stronger communities. More supportive, more resilient.
Able to tackle problems together better.
Yes. Whether that problem is personal, like someone feeling lonely, or bigger societal issues like mental health support, or even huge things like climate change or misinformation. Connection helps us work together.
That makes sense. We're better together.
We are. And here's a stat that might really land this point. Research keeps showing that chronic loneliness, it carries health risks as serious as smoking like 15 cigarettes a day.
Wow. As bad as smoking.
Yeah, that's how vital connection is. It's not just a nice to have. It's essential for our health, for society.
That definitely puts it in perspective.
Mm.
Okay, before we wrap this deep dive up, maybe we can offer a few key terms, words people can use to think or talk about this.
Good idea. Like social synchrony, that mirroring thing we talked about.
Or comparison culture, digital overload.
Active listening is a big one.
And just the fundamental idea of belonging.
Right. Tools for your vocabulary, you could say.
Okay. So maybe a final thought or challenge for everyone listening.
Yeah, let's make it personal. A question for you. What does connection really mean to you in your actual day-to-day life?
What does it look like?
Right. Maybe it's picking up the phone to call your mom or dad. Maybe it's finally joining that book club you've been thinking about.
Or maybe it's just smiling at a stranger on the street.
Could be. Whatever it is, just think. What's one small, concrete thing you could do, maybe even today, to nurture a connection?
I love that. A specific action.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we finish up here, the big takeaway maybe is this. Yes, the digital age is here. It's powerful. But it doesn't have to disconnect us.
Right. We still have agency.
Exactly. You, the listener, you have the power to build connections. Connections that genuinely light up your life and maybe the world around you too.
Whether that's putting the phone down sometime.
Or listening with your whole heart.
Or showing up for that community event.
You can choose connection.
Absolutely. Thanks for diving deep with us today. So seriously now, what's one connection you're going to nurture this week? Give it some thought.
Until next time, keep connecting.
Keep growing.